Good evening, everyone. I am so excited. I had such a productive Sunday. It was crazy. I hope everybody else has had a great weekend. I've had a very hectic but fun, crazy weekend, like going to the movies on Friday night. We saw the new Queen movie, fantastic. And yesterday we actually celebrated my cousin's daughter's 21st birthday, so dinner and the Leonard Skinner concert. So amazing. I'd never seen them before, so I'm so glad I was able to see them just because they've been around for so long. I was like, you never know if there'll be another time, another opportunity. So that was super fun. So today I was a little tired. Mom came over for lunch, hadn't seen her, got to tell her about my trip and catch up. So even though we gained an hour, which I forgot about when we woke up, I still kind of fell behind for the day, but I got everything done, so I'm super excited. I meal prepped. I was really kind of thinking when Kim had asked about, maybe let's get some pointers for the holidays. I thought I better start getting ready. So I thought once a week, maybe I'll try something new. I think next week I'm going to try some new desserts. To see if we can maybe come up with something that's still for Thanksgiving, but still something we can enjoy, and maybe even other people. Like, people are always surprised when they try keto desserts on how good they are. So today, one of my recipes is I put together, I was kind of looking up different ones, trying to take out, it was a loaded cauliflower recipe. I actually made cauliflower potatoes for my lunch today. But I figured that's not something new. We've all probably done that before. I will share my recipe because I thought, gosh, as I ate them, I was like, gosh, this is so good. And it truly was just comfort food for, a rainy, icky day. And it just felt good. So I loved it. But I wanted to see if I could come up with something different. So I came up with this, amazing loaded cauliflower casserole. It's a little bit different from anything I've ever done before with cauliflower, but it turned out so good. So I will, as soon as I'm done, I went ahead and made some memes with the recipe on it, so it's easy for people to kind of save and not lose in our group. But I thought that would be way easier. So I did put those on there, and I will share them as soon as I'm done. But I did that. I was also thinking of just, even not just Thanksgiving, but even over Christmas and New Year's or whatever holiday that you celebrate this holiday season. I was kind of thinking of chocolate bark or toffee or something like that. So I made a delicious chocolate macadamia coconut bark, and it is so stupid delicious. Somebody did ask me, I think it was Pam, said, is this legal? Everything I ever share is definitely keto legal, and it's strict keto legal. I'm not always a strict keto person, but everything I make is strict keto. And I use my Keto Diet Basic app. So I plug everything into there. And it just depends. It seems like every time I make something, I might change how many servings. So I put my servings in. So if you have questions, absolutely, I can even post you a picture of how I put it into my app, just so I can see. But the bark only had, I couldn't remember if it'd be one or two. I did not make crazy small portions. I made kind of bigger portions. So it was actually 2.4 carbs per of my squares. So you might make them bigger. I even thought about cutting my squares in half, because sometimes I just need a bite, and sometimes I want to eat the whole, hi, Amy. Sometimes I want to eat the whole stinking thing. So it really just depends. But the bark was only 2.4 for, I think I had 10 squares. For my cauliflower, that loaded cauliflower was 5.3, which is really on the high end for me for carbs for one part of my meal. But it was so good, and we get up to 20 net carbs, and cauliflower is so good for you, and it does naturally have carbs in it. So I'm not going to I'm not going to fret over 5.3. If we get 20, if I eat that, even at like Christmas time or Thanksgiving time, I'm going to be eating it with meat, which isn't going to have any. So I'm feeling pretty good about the 5.3 for the cauliflower, loaded cauliflower. And it is different. I can't wait to post the recipe. I did post a picture of it, I think, both in the group and on the Healthiness is Happiness page. It's amazing. It just really is. When I say I was productive today, I was super happy with the way these recipes turned out. So I did the cauliflower, I did the chocolate bark, and I just wanted to make a soup. And it really was a take on one of my girlfriends, Leah, who really helped introduce me to this lifestyle. This was her favorite soup. So I kind of just tweaked it a little bit because I wanted to make it easier to make. And I wanted a little bit more heat in it, so I used poblano peppers opposed to the canned green chilies. But wow, is that ever good. I really don't like eating leftovers. I'm not a leftover person. Keto generally leaves me so not hungry. My appetite's gone. So I really do like having a variety, but it seems like soup or chili, I can eat that like every day for lunch and I'm just fine. And I am going to bring some for Mary. I work at the same school. Mary Brown's a teacher at the same school with me, so that's kind of cool. I can share some things. We just work on different sides, so we never get to see each other. So this will give me a reason to go do that. So next week I have a dessert already from this week. I have a side already from this week. I will put a recipe together just for mashed cauliflower. And I mean, I'm just guessing most of us have done it, but just so you could see how I do it, because I do it a certain way because I like it to be kind of pretty creamy like a actual mashed potato, and I don't feel like I'm missing out at all. But this loaded casserole, I cannot express how awesome it was. I did throw out there too that I would talk about we keep seeing all these new items that are out there and that say keto that really aren't keto. I kept up, or maybe I'll change the pinned post at the top that has the 56 things we need to avoid, because even though it says keto, you really need to look at that. We work so hard to eat the right things that to eat something, even though it says keto, and have it kick us out or knock us down, like, so not fun. And I did it for months, and I still make mistakes. Like, what did I say? I bought the wrong MCT oil. Like, I still make mistakes. We all make them. We all have a bite of something we shouldn't have. You know, I got 2 different messages from 2 different people. They're like, I totally lost it this weekend. You know what? Just get right back on it. Everybody's human. That's part of the reason I love this. And I always say, it's not about what you did one day out of how many weeks. It's what you do most consistently. And I promise you, the slips are less and less because our carb cravings just go completely away. Completely. It was really nice after lunch today. I actually had my happy chocolate. My mom's like, well, what are you drinking? And I'm like, I need something sweet. So I made my happy chocolate. I actually made a hot chocolate. It's so good, and it helps my appetite. Like, I haven't eaten since lunch, and I just had a couple bites of the things I made to try, but that happy coffee and happy chocolate really just zaps my appetite, and it's pretty awesome. So that helps keep me in keto. So I do make sure when I eat that I'm definitely eating, if I snack tonight, it's going to be like an avocado or maybe even some almond butter if I wanted something else sweet. But anything just to make sure my fats are still up and I keep myself in keto. So watch those labels. I know Slim Fast came out with a line. There's not one product they have that's actually true keto. Not one. I know people like them, and I get it, but it's kind of like Atkins. None of that's keto either. It almost all has maltodextrin or something hidden in there that the label can say 0 sugars. But it's not keto because it's still going to kick you right out. So I hope if anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to do a live that's just based on, different products that they want to know about. I use a blood meter. I know a couple other girls have one. I know Brittany's waiting for hers to come. It's not something you have to have, but if you really want to check what you can eat or what level you're at, or, an app is just when it figures out your macros, that's the best guess for the app. But everybody really is different. It might be that you need to tweak, your macros a little bit if you are trying to lose. I decided at the beginning of this month, and after talking to my husband and looking at just everything we have going on, and my trip that I just went on, and we're going away again, out of town again next weekend for a couple nights. Sorry, I'm shaky. For a couple of nights. My goal through the end of this year is to not gain anything. You can eat keto and gain weight. You can eat keto and maintain, and you can eat keto to lose weight. And I just, the holidays don't necessarily scare me, but being out of town and not having that control of what I have available for me does make me nervous. So I felt like I did such a great job in DC because I didn't gain anything. It was so awesome. And I'm sure part of that was walking, but when you stick to this way of eating, you'd be surprised at how hard it really is to put weight on. You might not always lose if we don't get our macros just right or we're overeating, but we're still eating a healthy lifestyle. Again, another reason I love this lifestyle. So that is my goal through the end of the year. And then I'm probably going to hit it hard again like I did last year and trying to get off that next 31 pounds. And that's going to be my goal. So if I lose anything, great. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to keep practicing eating what I eat and doing what I do. And I think that's the best decision for me. So that's where I'm at. I would, suggest everybody kind of ask where are they at and what goal do they have for the rest of this year? Is it to stay in ketosis? Is it to lose weight? Is it to get your blood sugars down? Is it to get your cholesterol down? Keto's going to do all of those things. I know some people have different medical issues that get better with keto. Maybe that's what your issue is. Healthiness, being healthy is different for everyone. So, if you're willing to share, like I did, please drop me a private message, post it in our Healthiness is Happiness group. Everybody is so great about giving support and sharing ideas. Kim's recipe today, Kim, I love how just great you are about trying not the obvious type of ingredients. I never would have thought of what you did for that chicken, but I promise you I'm going to use it because it sounded amazing. So I hope everybody had a great night. It was easy to come in right now because my hubby is watching the Packer game. I'm not sure how well they're doing so far, but that was why I decided to go live later. Also, tomorrow I'll probably go live between 5:30 and 6. I'll let you guys know. I have homework. For those that know me really well, I teach and I started my master's degree. I just finished my first class, but my next class started the next day, so I have homework, still some more homework to do that's due this week. So I definitely keep busy. And next weekend we'll actually be in Green Bay with some good friends of ours for the Packer game. So that's the last of my trips till the end of the year. Thank goodness. It felt really good to be home, meal prepping, and just having food ready for me, and I knew exactly what I was going to eat. So now I have a plan in my head for this week, and I'm totally ready, to have my soup and my loaded cauliflower and my dessert. It's a winning combination. I can cook anything to go with it, or you never know, some nights that just might be it. So have a happy Sunday. I hope everybody has a great, wonderful week. Starting tomorrow, I'm sure most of us are back to work, but have a great day. Keto on.